A very good afternoon to the board. I thank you for coming here and listen to me talk for the next 15 minutes about my slides. So today I'm going to present about the proposed itinerary for study trip. So as you know, the African delegates are coming to study how we plan the Youth Olympics game for 2010. Okay, so the reason why, this is the outline of my presentation. I'll be covering the introduction of why we are hosting the Africans. And then we'll go to the workshop details, plan itinerary, the budget, and of course I will conclude my presentation. Okay, so the reason why we are hosting these African delegates is because we want to strengthen our relationship with the African countries. So as you know, last September 2018, there is African Singapore Business Forum that strengthens the business trade between Singapore and African countries. So we want to strengthen our relationship with African countries, not just from the business side, but also in our culture, in our arts, and etc. So that's why we want to explore and cultivate the habit of being a good host. Okay, so next I'll be talking about the guests of honor that will be coming to Singapore from the African side. So we have the Ministry of Finance from Nigeria, which is Miss Zainab. Yeah, okay, and then Miss Susan, she is the Ministry of International Relations from South Africa, and also Miss Ines, she is from Ministry of Culture. So, not to forget, we also have our local guest of honor. We have Miss Isabel, she is this lady over here, she is the table tennis silver medalist for YOG 2010. And we also invited Mr. Alvin Lim, he is the Director of International Affairs for Ministry of Finance of Singapore. Okay, so moving on to day one, it will be held on 27 March of 2019, so you can see in your itinerary. So, 27th March, we will be picking up our delegates from the airport by chartering a bus, and then we'll have dinner at the Fullerton Hotel in Singapore, and then we'll usher our delegates to the airport. To the Youth Olympic Village at NTU because they requested to stay there. Okay, so the reason why I chose this Fullerton Hotel, right, is because if you remember last year we held an interfaith charity dinner in December 2018 to raise awareness about how faith and religions is very important to build a stronger community in Singapore. So because we bring such a big business to the Fullerton Hotel, right, they gave us a 20% discount provided that we dine in with a minimum of 10 people, and this deal will expire on the 29th of January. So we must make a decision before 20th of January. So at this point of time, can I just get a smile or a nod if you agree with my plan for day one? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we'll move on to day two, and day two is 20th of March. It will be the day of where the delegates will be going out to eat at various locations. One of which is an African restaurant called Cafe Utu, which I will talk about later. So, after having their breakfast, they'll also go to the float, which is where the opening ceremony of YOG 2010 was held. And they'll go there with Miss Isabel because she'll be sharing her experience as an athlete of the YOG 2010. Also, and then they'll go back to Youth Olympic Village to attend the planning workshop, which is the first workshop they'll attend. So the reason why I chose Cafe Utu is because we want to remind the African delegates that, even though you're a home away from home, because this African restaurant is very famous for its African delicacies and the latte art. And I've read from a Facebook user that it has a very good, it is very authentic. It's very authentic, and the staff is very graceful, patient, and knowledgeable about the food, which is what we want when we are looking for food, right? So this Miss Pauline actually gave the restaurant a 5 out of 5 rating. So before I move on to day 3, can I once again see a smile or not if you agree with my plan? Okay, thank you so much. So day 3, 29th of March, will be filled with workshops. So we will cater food from Orange Club to the Youth Olympic Village, and then we'll hold the 3 workshops that haven't been done, and then finally for cost saving measures we'll have a dinner outside at Marriott Cafe. Okay, so the reason why I chose Orange Club is, as you can see from the graph, the orange bar represents the Orange Club. I compare it with the Four Seasons pricing, and actually if we go with Orange Club, we will save about 20% of our cost. And on top of that, Orange Club also has won numerous awards such as the World Summit for Outstanding Caterer of 2015, Top 20 Outstanding Brand of 2017, and Top Influential Brand of 2017 in the caterer category. So before I move on to the workshop details, are there any objections to my ideas? Okay, thank you. Okay, so for the workshop details, right, the first one will be planning. So in planning, I will be one of the speakers because I planned YOG 2010 and I also successfully planned the Interfaith Charity Dinner. So I'll be sharing about how actually my team and I planned the YOG 2010 and share with the delegates the importance of having strategic planning skills. And then for human resources, so we will share with our African delegates the importance of having security staff that's top notch, because when you're having such a big event, it's very important for us to have our security. Okay, and then for finance, Mr. Alvin Lim will be sharing with us how he his marketing strategies, because back in YOG 2010, the marketing strategies was so good that we actually, even though we went over budget, the tourism industry actually received a lot of bonuses from that. So, and then we also have our welfare, where Miss Isabel will share with us the important facilities and the key points that the planners have to look into when planning YOG. Okay, so day 4 is the last day of the African delegates visiting. So on the day 4, 30th March, the delegates will be having their breakfast and lunch at conventional and scenic places, which I will talk about later. And then they'll go to visit National Museum of Singapore because it's very history rich of Singapore history. And then they will also shop at the shops at Marina Bay Sands because it's a very exclusive shopping mall, and what better way to de-stress than to shop, right? Okay, so this is a picture of the food that they serve at the restaurant. It's called the Halia restaurant. It's at Botanic Gardens. It is scenic, it is serene, it is reasonably priced, and it is tasty. So can I just ask you to imagine, like, when you're taking a bite out of a juicy strawberry, the wind blowing on your face, and like birds chirping in the background, like this is the environment that the African delegates will remember us by, because it is one of their last meals. Okay, and then they'll proceed to go to National Museum of Singapore. According to a TripAdvisor user, it is very well structured, and it taught her and it broadens her knowledge of Singapore history. And on top of that, it received almost 2,500 reviews on TripAdvisor with a rating of 4.5 out of 5. So before I move on to budgeting, can I just get your smile for the day 4 itinerary? Okay, thank you. Okay, so budget. This is the pie chart. I know it looks scary. The food takes up about 60% of the budget, but don't worry, because if you see on your itinerary on the attachment B, actually per person the food is only $40 per meal per person, and this includes first class dining, picturesque panorama, and as well as flavorful bites. And for gifts, we want to spend about $60 per person because we want to give them exclusive gifts such as notebooks, stationery with our logo on it. So it serves as a kind of a memorabilia, and also we want to give them parting gifts such as cookies, because we have actually Singapore has a very good food and beverage industry. So the cookies that we picked are from Cookie Museum. They serve very unconventional cookie flavors such as nasi lemak cookies, chili crab cookies, and pandan cookies. Okay, so just to sum up, there will be 12 African delegates coming with 9 senior civil servants and 3 ministers from Egypt, South Africa, and Nigeria. And they'll be staying a total of 3 nights, 4 days. And they'll attend workshops, go to the float, and have a free and easy day. And then there'll be 4 workshops held, which is planning, finance, resources, human resources and welfare. So at this point of time, does the board have any comments or feedbacks on this proposed itinerary? I'm open to any questions. Yes, Mr. Brandon.
So I really like your presentation. It's very interactive, very colorful. So how will the workshop actually be conducted?
Okay, thank you so much. So your question is how will the workshops be run, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the workshops will run in 1.5 hours time slot. So on the second day after they visit the float, they will go back to White Youth Auditorium Village to attend 1.5 hour of planning. And then the next day they'll rotate in the group order in the matrix in the attachment D. So it's 1.5 hours with 30 minutes break. So they don't get too cramped up during the workshops. But thank you so much for your questions. Are there any feedbacks, comments? Any more? Hi, yes, Miss Angie.
So do you think your budget is a little too high?
I can see where you're concerned. It's definitely a little bit steep for our budget, but then again, we are hosting ministers and there are certain expectations of the quality of the service that we give them. So, and I assure you, rest assured, I have found the best rates that anyone can offer. So, rest assured, it is in the best interest of our ministry. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Are there any more feedbacks, questions, and comments? Yes,
I
I
like
received.
that you have searched out, African cuisine for them to enjoy.
Yep.
I'm just wondering whether we should instead use the opportunity for during that short time of video to maybe showcase more of what the local cuisine is like, so that they can come back again.
Okay, so if you see the our attachment B, right, all the dining details, I actually picked out those that serve Singaporean dishes like chili crab, laksa, and fried carrot cake. So those all fall under the Fullerton, the international buffet and Asian cuisine. Yeah, so because we don't want to let our ministers from let the ministers from other countries to experience the hot and humid weather of eating at a hawker center. So we thought of bringing the hawker center to them by going to these places. Does that answer your question? Okay, thank you so much. So are there any more feedback or comments? Okay, with that, I will proceed with my initial planning. I will confirm with the Fulton Hotel about the deal that they give us, and I will certainly update you on our further findings if there are any changes. So thank you for spending the last 14 minutes listening to me talk about this plan. So thank you so much. Thank you.